Good morning, Carroll County. This is Brian DeLeonardo, your state's attorney, with this week's State's Attorney's Report. I hope that your summer has been great for you and your family, and it's exciting times, and I'm getting ready to go to Ocean City myself, and it's really one of those situations where it's a great time of the year, kids out of school, and you can have a lot of fun. But what we're here to talk this morning is it's also a time where sometimes criminals, knowing people are gone on vacation, will take steps to, burglarize or jeopardize your valuables. So this morning I asked our chief investigator, Dean Brewer, to come in and share some tips to keep you safe during this vacation period. So good morning, Dean.
Good morning.
Dean, can you give us some tips as people are going on vacations, how to try to make sure their belongings are still there when they get back?
Sure. Well, one of the biggest things is, most importantly, don't post the information on social media sites that you're about to go on vacation. Unfortunately, this is done, and quite frequently people are very social media and socially adapt to all the electronics today, so everyone's watching and seeing what's going on. So if you're going to go on vacation, do so, and you can post your photographs and the information once you get back, but we don't want to alert the bad guys that your home may be empty.
And it's interesting because it's, and people don't always realize this. You'll see a lot of times they're posting while they're on the trip, and then it may not even be the parents, it's the children sometimes that are posting this information. And so they know if the children are there, the parents aren't there as well, and that's part of the problem that we'll see, right?
That's for sure. And I know from past experience that there was a child one time that posted that her parents were away and that she wanted to have a party, and quite frankly things got out of hand, and the other adults learned of it, and the parents received a phone call while they were on vacation that their daughter was having a party at their home. So there's certainly someone that's always watching social media to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, and there's so many ways that information's out there now, and you may think that people wouldn't necessarily know where you live, but there's a lot of ways you can find that out. Because on, like, for a Facebook example, you're going to have the person's name, generally where they live. There's a lot of information to actually put an address to it as well. What are some of the other tips?
Well, if you have a security system in your home, make sure you contact your security company, let them know that you are going to be on vacation. And this way, we know that occasionally there's false alarms. You forget to press the code in properly when you enter. But this way, if the alarm goes into the alarm company, they're going to know to take it seriously and with some urgency to get law enforcement to respond. So be sure to let the alarm company know that you're going to be on vacation.
That's a good tip. We have a lot of people, though, Dean, who may not have security systems. What are some of the other ways you can try to protect your house?
Well, make sure that you have a family member, a trusted friend, or a neighbor check on your home. This is one of the best ways, actually. Have them remove any delivered packages or free papers that may show up at your home. They can take care of your plants while you're gone, and they can also check inside your home to make sure that you don't have any leaks in your pipes or anything like that. So that's really a good thing, and that way there's some activity around your home that you'll see.
And I will tell you, that is one of the things that is so obvious when you go by a house. You don't even have to know anything about them, but if you see the pile of, and it's not only the newspapers that you may subscribe to, but it can also be the free papers, and you see them just piled up out there, it's obvious no one's home.
Correct.
Yeah.
So one of the other things that you should do is install timers on a couple of your lights with alternating times so that the same lights are not coming on the same time every day. Again, that'll give the appearance that someone is at the home staying there. You want to stop your mail and newspaper delivery. The post office is always willing to work with you on this, so be sure to stop your mail and newspaper delivery if at all possible. Mm-hmm. And leave your blinds and curtains open if you normally do. Don't change the way the appearance of your home is just because you're going to be going for a brief period of time for a vacation.
And that's an interesting tip because it's probably counterintuitive. I mean, most of the people would think I need to close up everything so people won't be able to see inside. But you're saying actually to do the opposite.
Correct. If you leave the blinds open, and that way if a neighbor would happen to see something something going on at your home or they see someone moving around inside the home when they know that you're on vacation, then again, they can alert law enforcement to respond to your home.
No, that's a good point. Yeah. Obviously, it goes without saying that we really need to lock up the house, right?
Correct. You want to lock up everything. Check your windows, your doors, and a lot of times people forget about their garage or their shed. Make sure you have that secured as well. You want to make sure that if you are a homeowner that you own weapons, you want to maybe put those in a vault or safe. Keep your weapons secure at all times. If for some reason you don't have a vault or safe and you know someone that does, then you may want to secure it in their vault or safe. There's too many times that, unfortunately, we hear about the guns being removed from a home, and sometimes we don't have the serial numbers, so it's very hard then for law enforcement to track them once they might be located.
And that's a really important issue because we've had cases in the county where a house is targeted for the very purpose that someone knows they have weapons in the house. Maybe they're an avid shooter or hunter. So, those have value. And certainly if someone is, for example, addicted to drugs, those are easy to move on the street. And so, being mindful of weapons. I mean, they may not want to take out your big screen TV, but weapons they can easily grab.
That's for sure.
And I know this one is always something, everybody wants to have the spare key, right? The spare key to the house, under the mat, over the door frame, over the light. Tell us, what should you do with your spare keys?
Well, we recommend that you don't leave your spare keys out where they are normally hid. You want to bring them either in or give them to the persons who keep a watch on your home. That way they have entry into your home. They can keep it on their keychain so it's always with someone else, and you're not leaving it out there because, again, we take for granted that we feel that the key is hidden, but there's so many times that, again, we know that it's maybe under the rock or a fake rock or a frog or something that's sitting right there by the door. So just, remove the spare key and just either lock it inside the house or give it to your neighbor or a friend or relative that's keeping an eye on your home.
Yeah, it's really it's a very interesting, like how often everyone puts a spare key in the same locations. That if you have someone that knows you're gone for a period of time, no one's watching your house, it's very easy for them to go out and look around and sometimes find that key and make easy entry that way, right?
Sure, and you don't want to, the other way that you may jeopardize someone burglarizing your home would be if you did have that spare key out there and the person that's looking out for your home, next thing you know, they're spotted going to the same location every day to retrieve that key to go in and check on your house. And they may not be as careful as you are about it when you're getting that key out for some reason. So, yeah, just remove that spare key from the outside of your home.
It's one of the things, that we'll do, like National Night Out is an event that we have around the county that we do to kind of raise awareness from a community and how much the community can prevent crime. And this is a good example because alerting your neighbors or having your neighbors be supportive when you're out, keep an eye out, because all of a sudden you see that work truck in the driveway and everyone else figures you're getting work done, and meanwhile they could be breaking in the door and taking your guns. So the community plays a really active role in reducing burglaries, right?
That's for sure. And it's great to be involved in your community. If you live in a community or a close neighborhood, get to know who your neighbors are, and let them know, the ones that you feel comfortable with, letting them know that you're going to be going on vacation, and have them keep an eye on your place. And they're more than welcome to do that, and you're going to be able to return that favor in most cases. So, and one of the other things that we recommend also that you, especially if you have a pet, you may consider hiring a young person that you trust or in the neighborhood, or a niece or nephew maybe, to act as a house sitter for you. Especially over the summer, it's a chance for them to earn a little bit extra money, gives them a place to stay, and it helps them grow with their maturity level as well, to know that they are able to take on some responsibility. So that's always a great thing, house sitter, and then your house is actively being used and watched upon.
Absolutely. Well, Dean, thank you so much for coming in this morning and giving us some things to think about as we plan our family vacation so that we don't come back to a situation that certainly would ruin the vacation if you came back to. So hopefully those tips are helpful for you. Certainly if you see anything suspicious, you can call your local police. And if we can provide any further advice, you can certainly always contact the State's Attorney's Office, and we're happy to give you any advice that we can. So, Dean, thank you again so much.
Thank you
for coming in this morning. To all of you out there, thank you for joining me again today. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend.